very weird today, folks. Well, I mean, it's weird every day, all kinds of stuff. But I mean, this is really, to me, very weird. Great to have you, Rush Limbaugh and the EIB Network. And 3 more hours of broadcast excellence, hosted by me. And those of you at the Sullivan Group out in Sacramento, my opinion auditing firm, you better listen up. I got to go up now. I got to go up above 99.6. I mean, Fast and Furious, right on the money. I called it. Cheryl Atkinson, CBS News, found evidence in the emails that the whole plan was about affecting gun laws in this country. Exactly as I prognosticated, all the way back on July 7th of this year. Details are coming up. Do you know, folks, that last week's new jobless benefits claims are supposed to be a 9-month low? We are at under 400,000 jobless claims for the week, around 378,000. This is a major drop in unemployment compensation sign-ups, claims, and nobody's talking about it. It's nowhere. You can have a drop of 2,000 to get you down to 398,000. The media has orgasms. Now we have this massive drop down to 378,000, and nobody is talking about it. I have yet to see it mentioned on any of the news shows this morning. It isn't getting much play by the wire services either. Now, why would this be? There is a reason. I don't yet know what it is, but there is a reason. It could be that the media is starting to get a little skeptical about the numbers. I don't think they're getting tired of carrying Obama. What were you, taking a nap? Yeah. Oh, give me a break. You got engrossed. Snurdly just sat down. You got engrossed on the story about the drone in the... You know, it looks like a miniature B-2 bomber, is what it looks like. Yeah, and these Iranian schlubs are running around video. They wouldn't know what to make of it anyway. I mean, they know it's a drone, but that's about all they'll be able to figure out about it. Well, ChiComs will get it soon. By the way, speaking of that, folks, there is a story in the New York Times today. This is incredible. Speaking of the ChiComs, the New York Times, we just had this piece last week by Andy Stern, the SEIU. We ought to emulate China. By the way, and you couple Stern's column in the Wall Street Journal last week and Obama's speech on Tuesday in Osawatomie, Kansas. Folks, I don't think any longer it is improper to use the word communist to describe Obama, communism to describe his objectives, nor is it wrong to use the word communist or communism to associate with the trade labor movement. Whatever, be the AFL-CIO or the mine workers or the SEIU. I mean, they've made it clear. Obama came out of the closet. We called him out. We set the arena. Obama is now playing in our arena, not the Republican Party's arena. The Republican Party, here's another thing. I'm setting a table here for what's coming on the program today. The Republican Party, I mean the establishment, working together with the Democrat establishment in Washington, is now loaded for bear against Newt Gingrich. They are coming up. The long knives are out for Newt Gingrich everywhere you look in the Washington establishment. Everywhere you look, you want to call it the Washington ruling class, you want to call it the establishment of both parties, whatever it is. They're all gunning for Newt Gingrich. It is, I got a stack here to demonstrate this. Eric Holder went up there, testified on Fast and Furious. I said, Sullivan Group, I got to move up now. I mean, this is going to be worth being right for 2 years, this Fast and Furious business. And Sensenbrenner, the Republican from Congress, said, well, what determines whether or not you're lying to Congress? And we've got the audio coming up here, but Holder says, well, it's a state of mind. Just state of mind. Okay, so rapists, next time you get accused of rape, no, I loved the woman. My state of mind was I loved her. You can't accuse me of rape. Holder, no, my state of mind, I wasn't lying. I just didn't. And Corzine, I have no idea where the money went. John Corzine, former governor, former senator, New Jersey, head of MF everybody. I simply don't know where the money is or why the accounts haven't been reconciled to date. I haven't the slightest idea. Why would I? I only ran the place. Why are you asking me where the money is? No, my ex-girlfriends don't have it. I gave them money from New Jersey, not from MF everybody. It's going to be a barn burner. And I'm back to this New York Times story. I have not lost my place here. Back to this New York Times. Corzine stunned by missing funds. Oh, of course. You lose $680 million of clients' money, you'd be shocked too. Stunned? The missing funds? All right. This story in the New York Times, entrepreneur's rival in China, the state. It's a great story. It is actually about an ongoing battle between two companies in China. One company is run by the ChiCom government, one company that isn't. The private company, the company not run by the ChiCom government, says that the government-run company stole its patents and isn't competing on a level playing field. The first 9 paragraphs go into the details of this. Then the following 44 paragraphs, I counted them. The following 44 paragraphs go on to chronicle the private company's struggles against the government. But in typical New York Times fashion, the really shocking news is buried right in the middle of the piece. The Chinese government is stifling China's economy by wanting too much control and taking too much of the wealth. I swear to God, I swear to Allah, that's exactly what the New York Times, I kid you not, the Chinese government is stifling the China economy by wanting too much control and taking too much of the wealth. Now, there's a reason that's buried in the middle of the story. It's so the readers of the Times don't get that far and see it. The editors of the New York Times, no doubt, don't want their readers to be subjected to such anti-government statements. But they are amazing. Because they apply to current state of affairs in our country even more than they do to the business-friendly so-called ChiComs. So here you have two companies, one state-owned, one private. The state-owned company stealing all the patents and basically cheating against the private company. The New York Times says this is the Chinese government is stifling China's economy. You just change the names. Obama is stifling America's economy. The Times does not make that connection. They do not make, but any reasonable, and we have to throw out New York Times readers in that qualification, any reasonable reader couldn't help but note the irony. And I'm reading it, I'm like, how did this get past the editors at the New York Times? Because people like me are going to see this, and they're going to say, this is exactly what's happening in the United States. The New York Times doesn't see it that way at all. They're upset. They are mad that the ChiCom government is mistreating this private company.